My marriage broke up 2 years ago. For me, it was all of a sudden, like a bolt out of the blue. It was silly, meaningless, unbelievable, unspeakable. I had 22 years of family life, a stable one. For me, the family was the main value in my life. I did my best to ensure all members of my family feel comfortable, but unfortunately, it happened that the family broke up. This was the fact which I didn't want to acknowledge for a long time. Why? How could this happen? Did I do something wrong? These questions were all the time on my mind and made my life miserable. When you cannot communicate with other people, when you lost your friends and community, my life had ruined completely because I had no job, I lost my husband, I lost means of maintenance. I gave up on people. I gave up on friends. It was very difficult to get out of this. Finally, after the first level of Yuri Burlan system vector psychology training, this toxin, this pain, which pulsated in my head, it stopped. It just stopped. I stopped asking myself these questions. I realized my marriage was doomed. I have nothing to blame me in. It happened so because it was originally fated. If I would get earlier to the training in system vector psychology, most probably the situation would not be neglected and didn't last for such a long time. The training appeared to be that impulse that helped me get out of the hole I found myself in. I got the job. I went out of depression. I started to communicate with people. And as I was completing the training, I felt I was answering it from inside. I understood what Yuri Burlan was saying. It was correct, working, it was close by, you could feel it on yourself, it is tangible, you can verify it on other people that surround you. This year my son turns 23 years old. The thing is that he has got rather complicated life to this age. He is a professional sportsman who was doing sport, who was one of the best juniors in the world. His life involved tension and a great volume of work he was doing. Unfortunately, things went that non-professionalism of people working with him, as well as a number of subjective and objective and other circumstances, didn't let him move forward as he wanted. At the age of 18, after this serious trauma, his professional career was finished. For him it was a severe stress. First of all, he has lost his motivation, his meaning of life. That is, why to live if your life work, where you had formidable results, without which you were not able to imagine yourself, all this is over in one moment. Indeed, he had attempts to stop his suffering. I found out about it after several years. We're quite open with each other, and he told me now, after this training, that indeed he had those thoughts to abolish himself in that quality, and later, after he had finished his professional career, his organism was demanding adrenaline, and he took to sky jumping. He was inclined to driving a car riskily and actually to everything related to the high risk for life. Unfortunately, this difficult time for him was accompanied by attraction to medications, which help people to relieve this inner pain. He experimented with drugs and had tried many. Thanks God, he had got to this training, because he has attained understanding that drugs don't give relief from the inner pain. It is only consciousness of yourself and your role in the life, only this can give you relief from such pain. After my son had listened to several trainings of Yuri Burlan, he understood. That is it. He said, indeed, I didn't want to live. I did everything to terminate that my being. Moreover, the most striking and amazing for me was that he realized that in fact he would not become an outstanding sportsman, but with his potential, his psychical and physical properties, he could be a perfect trainer. Now, having got this revelation with the help of system vector psychology, he is building his career of a trainer and doing it with pleasure. He sees his life in this, he is self-satisfied and pleased with his life, and all these thoughts about dying and risking his life, they absolutely slipped his mind. System vector psychology changes your life and picture of the world amazingly, easily, simply, in a very comprehensive way, absolutely unexpected and unpredictable. I value it that much specifically because it brought me very concrete results, which I were not able to achieve by using other psychological trainings, methods, books, knowledge. It changed my thinking probably and consequently changed myself. One of the results, rather unusual for me, was that one day I visited my parents for a week for holidays. I experienced totally different emotions towards them. As long as I remember myself, their relations, their manner of communication, their behavior with me, all this was irritating me that much. I was getting angry, coming off, wanted to leave them into this. And suddenly, the first time in my conscious experience, I underline it, when visiting parents, I experienced that internal tranquility. I let them be themselves. I understood what makes them tick, why they are like they are. I started to take them more patiently and tolerably. Frankly speaking, for me it was very unexpected and surprising, because I didn't expect it myself, such reaction of mine. First of all, I would recommend young people to complete this training, because when your life is in the beginning, there is lots of mess and confusion in your mind. To avoid many mistakes, it is a must to complete this training. It will help you recognize yourself. This is the most important thing. I would recommend it as well. Well, looking at myself, first of all, I would recommend this training to people who found themselves in difficult situations. It gives you a pulse, it gives you a push, an impulse to overcome the problem. You understand that not just you are to overcome it, we all know this, but it gives you the right direction. And this tension and pain leave you, and you open and become yourself as you were supposed to be, and not what your life made of you.